Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach, I'm the voice behind the icon, and today we're back in Britannic, Patroness of the Mediterranean, to finish our exterior view of the ship. Now all the dogs are roaming, so if you hear a tornado in the background, that's what that is. So we did the boat deck, exterior, complete exterior, and A deck last time. Let's head on down to B deck, starting forward. Again, stairs were for use of crew only. While this B deck promenade was eliminated in the Titanic and later the Olympic, it was partially brought back in the Britannic design. So I wonder if you just put rooms here. Not exactly clear on what they did. Again, all 13. What is up with the labels here? I don't know why there's labels. Or why they're all 13. Again, being respectful to not conjugate. These doors lead to the foreground staircase. You can explore, from the main menu. Stop breaking the wall, guys. Let me be in the world of magic that is Britannic. Don't tell me it's a game. Alright. So I'm actually very curious what these are. So if we look, these, whatever these may be, these can be taken off. These steel plates. Just by the ingenuity, they are just being held there. Now, what it looks like to me is that they have the ability to cover up something. Now, if there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 down there. I would have assumed it was the amount of, like, you could do the windows. Now, that's what I'm thinking they are. You've got 4 round holes for sight, but you also got the 4 peg holes with the circle and the line. They would definitely be hung on these pegs. Again, a great amount of detail that went into this. Now, I'm curious why. Were you talking about when you had really strong winds? And then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess that does make sense. I'm curious what this part of the ship was, though. Why specifically here was where you could take to put these on. Okay, we got a builder's plaque. We'll look at it in a second. Well, at least we were able to figure out where they went. Builder's plaques were common on ships, a way of a shipyard to proudly put its name on the latest and greatest liners. A similar plaque would likely be in the engine room. Harland Wolff, steel builders and engineers. Queen's Island, Belfast. The sun's already starting to set again, so we'll keep our commentary short. Let's head down to B deck. Its promenade was reserved for first class again. Them getting all of the good areas, it seems. That was when it was eliminated. I don't think there's anything else to be able to see here on this version of B deck. I think it's all the same. Let's head forward, of course, to the bow of the ship. Let's see here. Cargo winches. Okay, so a lot of these, again, we had seen in previous videos when we did the hospital ship tour. So I'm not going to be stopping them all again. Of course, you've got the cranes and all the vents and the storage. And then, of course, what everything is up here. Whoop. Even though we're not even supposed to be up here. As it says here, passengers are not allowed forward of this. Well, look at me go. I'm Robin. I can make my own decisions here. Of course, we got our other anchor. And then, of course, we've got a beautiful, stellar view. And look at that shadow in the water, too. Amazing. It's just amazing to be able to look back on the ship. And again, of course, it automatically triggers on our brain the Titanic. But of course, it is the Britannic, and it's beautiful. Alright, now that we've been able to soak that in. Well, deck was reserved for third class. Of course it was. At least they got to be able to go outside and look up, while the first class was able to look down upon everybody below them. Because welcome to the class system, everybody. Alright, that does it for the bow. I know there's a lot of information here, but if you are interested in what they are, we go into a very in-depth version within, excuse me, within the hospital ship version of these videos, so it's a little bit earlier in the playlist if you want to take a look. We're going to head back up the stairs. We're going to head aft now that we're back on the boat deck. And we're going to be able to look at what the stern is all about. And everything that we have able to be viewed there. Now, what I am curious about, though, is are we going to be able to see that little hidden area? It's not hidden. It was still in plain view. Where the hospital was, or the quarantine ward was. Of course, there is no morgue on the back of the ship this time. Let's see what we have to explore, though. We're going to go down the stair... there is no staircase here. Well, Robin, break the rules. Jump on the bench. Jump over the rail. All right, we're down. Welcome back down to A deck. We've already explored here in the last episode. Let's go down the stairway that was not here on the Titanic. Door leads to the second class aft entrance. What's reserved for second class, at least they get their own area. These doors led to cargo hatch number 4. Unlike Titanic, the hatch was fully enclosed. We've already read that. Second class smoke room. Second class entrance. Again, down to the detail of the hose lines, firefighter lines on the outside. Fourth expansion joint. As passenger ship, Britannic would have had barrier rails, And again, passengers could not go aft of this point. And again, I do believe that's going to come down to having the gantry lifts in the back and taking up that space. Man, daytime does not last long here. I know they want night because it looks pretty, but I like the additional light to be able to look around. Let's head on through because we're Robin and we can do what we want. We do have an open door. We'll check that out, of course, at the end of the video. The poop deck was reserved for third class. Yes, going on through. So that's interesting. So I gather we must have been able to come up here. We just can't. Wait, hold on. Well, that's interesting. That one's broken. Look at that. That's actually kind of funny. Notice surpass passengers are not allowed forward of this point. Third class. Second class. Okay. Okay, so this is second class, then it goes into third class. Okay, I understand that now. But you can sit here and yell at each other, because that's always a good idea. But yeah, that one's definitely broken. The words aren't disappearing on that, so that's just another small bug if we're looking for little ones. Wire reel, spool wire. Doors at the base of the cranes. Continuing on. Third class, this is the only spot that you really get freedom, except up front, that little section as well. Had no need for a temporary morgue, freeing up the space for third-class passengers. Well, it's definitely better than a morgue. As we come through... Aha, there's the one I'm looking for. Since Britannic's aft gantry davits were never installed, it's uncertain if this was the final design of the Motorhouse. This design is based on the builder's model. Again, the builder's model is just a temporary to be able to show, hey, what the heck are we going to try to build here? The huge cowl vent provided ventilation to the propeller shaft tunnels far below via an escape shaft. Very nice. Lights are on. At least we've got a little bit more light now. Passengers are not allowed on the docking bridge. Again, we're not a passenger. Docking bridge allows easier navigation while in port for docking at piers. We've read that already, but it's still nice to be able to come up and look at. The portable phones, the first version of the cell phone, I think it's fantastic. Let's head on down. Again, no idea what these, if these were exactly what the motor houses were going to look like. But great to have it still. These windows led to the third-class smoke room, significantly enlarged from what was on the Olympic and the Titanic. It was moved up a deck to accommodate the expanded space. You've got to make money any way that you possibly can. So if that means expanding your third-class options, that's exactly what you need to do. Let's head on down to our little mystery area. This hospital on the Titanic was located on D deck near the galleys. It was moved much further aft on C deck in the Britannic. Now what's interesting is I assume this is still the hospital for all. We're in the area where there'd be a lot of third class travel moving around, so being first class and actually having to go to the hospital, you know, when you are first class and you're going through third class, that must have been a very interesting and semi-uncomfortable experience. When we talk about the class system and, you know, everybody being full of themselves and having these separate areas, it's really interesting to think what would be going through your head if you were already ill or hurt and then you were being forced to go through here. So, interesting enough. Of course, we've got water fountains, regular sitting areas. This would go down to the third class cabins, which I love that we can see a little bit in Honor and Glory, and I always hope to be able to see more. That's the general room where you can just hang on out. There's the third class entrance to the ship. Let's pop through this. Can we not go through the doorway? Do I have to jump? Huh. Okay, I found another bug. I can't get through the open door. I'm going to try that one here in a second, but literally I'm here. Let's see. Can I jump through it? Like jump and then try to... Nope. Okay. What about this one? No. Okay. Well, there's a bug for you guys. If you're curious on where there are some, I can no longer get through this doorway. I assume it has to do with the level of the step and trying to get through. Because I don't remember the step here before. If the step wasn't here before, the height clearance isn't changed on the doorway. So there's another bug that we'll put into our report here. Well, I wish I could have told you what was on the other side, but I assume it's not much different than when we go through the hospital ship. But I'm still just a little disappointed that we can't get through. Yeah, there's no way. I'm trying like left, right, and sideways, maybe backwards. Try to trick it to go through. All right, nope. No options on that one. That's a bummer. That's really disappointing. I would have liked to have been able to do that. I don't think it would change anything. Let's just say we went down this door and straight through. Nah. That's a bummer. We are going to try one more thing here. Let's actually go to tour the ship.
Toot toot, young man.
Even though I don't think you're going to say anything, Robin. Let's do nighttime exterior. Even though we were just in the nighttime. This should allow the ship to be quote-unquote sailing. Just like we were in that free cam version. Ooh, it's dark up here. Alright, so we're midship again. Let's head aft. I always like to be on the starboard side, and I don't really know why. Definitely just came off the wrong side. I was looking at the freaking compass wrong. That's the port side. Okay, over to the starboard side. Again, at least it's kind of sailing, but again, the water's not rippling away from us. We're moving, but the water ripples are actually traveling with us, so that takes me a little out of it. I'm glad they added us sailing. I would like a little bit more detail put into this. You know, that's small, because I don't really feel like I'm sailing right now. I feel like it's static imagery. I get what they're going for. At least the smoke and the stacks are moving a little more, but I know what their water can look like, and it doesn't look like that. Let's jump over the rail again. Great legs, Robin. Great legs. Alright, let's head back. Let's try one more time. Squeeze on through. Nope, still broken. That's really disappointing. And I did notice that. A lot of things are actually slightly different. Like they actually say drinking water. Like they've got the final renderings on these versions. But again, I can't get through. So that's disappointing. So we're not going to be able to see that part, which just makes me sad. That's still broken, though. Good to know. Oh, this one's broken, too. Yep. Okay, so I feel like we run into like a Red Dead Online situation where when you fix one thing, 3 things break. There's been a lot of updates that were done to the game, little ones, to make it enhance experience a little bit better. And I do see the portions where it has gotten better, but I did notice in this game there seems to be a lot of things still broken, or new things broken that weren't broken in the past. So I urge them not to stop. Don't stop your fixes. Keep on making the additions. Keep on making the fixes that you want to do to the game, because people who look for detail like me, in that instance at least, I can actually hear the engines this time. It's a very satisfying sound. We notice little things like this, and this isn't meant to be perfect. This is meant for somebody just to be able to have fun. But I don't want words sticking through, or I don't want a doorway that I can't get through if you've designed it for me to be able to get through it. So that's my only call and plea to them is don't stop working on it. Keep on trying. As we look back at night on how beautiful she be. Well, there you guys go. That is the end of all of the viewable areas before we go into the sinking. of the Britannic. That's our grand finale for this series. I didn't think it would take this many episodes to get through, but I do try to keep them short for you all, because, you know, you can sit here for an hour and a half, but you'll lose interest. So I try to keep these episodes a little bit shorter for you. But I hope that you enjoyed it. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you enjoy what you saw, we do try to upload to the channel every single day. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, those links are down there in the description below. But with that, I thank you guys so much for coming out to this one, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.